Are you planning to move to Australia? Are you a student or coming on a skilled visa? Or are you just curious to know about the cost of living in Australia? Hey, this is David. I've been living in Australia for about 4 years now, and in this video, I want to share how much it would cost in general to live in Australia. Of course, this is going to vary depending by each person, also depending on your lifestyle. If you're planning to live in metro areas such as Sydney or Melbourne, then you're going to expect to pay on the higher range. First up is accommodation. So rent in Australia is expensive. In fact, where I live, which is in Adelaide, the property prices have increased about 25 to 30% in the past 2 years. If you're coming as a student, then it's likely you're going to be renting at a student accommodation. So you'd be paying at the range of $150 to $200 per week. If you're not a student and you're looking for a one-bedroom place in a home, then you'd be looking at a flatmate situation. So in that sort of case, you're also looking to pay at around $150 to $200 in probably a 2 or 3 bedroom, maybe even more, 4 or 5 bedroom house. If you're looking for your own private place, such as a 1 bedroom apartment or a studio place, then you're going to be paying more. You're going to look at $300 to $400 per week. Also, what you can do is you can actually rent the whole place by yourself. In that sort of situation, for a 2 bedroom unit or 2 bedroom apartment, you're paying at the range of $350 to $450 per week. A 3 bedroom place would be the range of $450 to $550 a week. So what you can do, and what other people do as well, they sign a lease for a 2 or 3 bedroom place and they occupy one room and they actually lease out the second or the third bedroom. So that's something you can do as well, and that will help you to recoup and pay for the rent for the whole unit. Next is utility bills. So utility bills is inclusive of your energy or your electricity, water, gas, and internet. So for student accommodations, it's likely that the accommodation already covers any sort of utility bills. So likely you wouldn't have to worry about that because it's already included. However, if you're a flatmate, that would kind of depend on the agreement that you have with the head tenant. In certain agreements, it is already included. In certain agreements, it's not. So if it is not included, make sure you ask the head tenant how much you'd be expected to pay every week. The estimates would be about $25 to $35 per person per week. So that's the amount that you got to keep aside till the bills come out, and the head tenant will let you know about how much it costs. If you're renting your own place, then you obviously have to pay for these utilities on your own. So for electricity or energy, you are expected to pay around $100 to $150 a month. For water, it's about 25 to 30 a month, and for gas, 25 to 30 as well. Internet, it's from the range of 60 to 100 a month. Take note that electricity, water, and gas are usually billed every quarterly, meaning every 3 months. However, for this video, I've compressed them into monthly calculations. Next is transportation. So Australia has one of the best public transports in the world. If you're living in the CBD or you're living in the city, then public transportation, you may not need a car. You can rely on public transportation. And for public transportation, every state has their own public transportation system. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to get one of those metro cards or public transport cards that get you around, whether it's by a tram or by train or by bus. you can expect to pay around the $100 a month, just depending on how much you use as well. And that would get you to wherever you need to be. However, if you're looking to own your own car, buying a new car can be expensive. So what I would recommend is looking at buying used cars. There are lots of different websites available for you to search. You just need to take note that you can get a good car, something a little bit older, from the price of, I would say, $3,000 and up. There are also the other things you need to take note is you'll have to pay for your car registration as well as compulsory third-party insurance. So these two things, depending on your car, that depend on the price. And the next thing is your private health cover. So unless you're a permanent resident in Australia, you wouldn't be entitled to Medicare. So Medicare being the private health system in Australia. So in such a case, you will need to get your own private insurance or private health cover. The top two private health in Australia would be Medibank and Bupa. So as a foreigner in the country, they would have a separate plan specially for us, especially for you guys, and that would cost from the range of $100 to $150 per month. This will include hospitalization, and depending on your budget, it can also include some extras. So extras being things like optical, dental, physiotherapy, and chiropractic services. Next, food and groceries. So if you're eating out, you can expect to pay from the price of $15 to $20 per meal. Yeah, it can get pretty expensive for the meals in Australia. So if you want to have some savings, what you can do is you can actually eat out a little bit less and cook at home more. So your groceries, as a single person, you're probably looking at about $200 to $400 a month. Depending on how much you eat out as well. If you prefer cooking at home, saving a bit more money, then you'll be paying a little bit more for your groceries, but obviously you're going to be saving more from not eating out. Next is your mobile plan. So in Australia, there are three big telco companies, that being Telstra, Optus, and Vodafone. So their plans typically include a lot of different perks as well as good amount of data. So in that case, their plans start at around $50 a month. That can also be out of the budget for some people. In that sort of situation, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, there are also plenty of options available. In such cases, you can actually be paying from the range of $15 to about $30 a month. Some of these brands include Belong as well as Boost Mobile. And last but not least would be the entertainment. So in Australia, there are lots of fun things to do that don't cost money, but at the same time, there are also other things that can cost quite a penny. So for example, if you're going and watching movies in the cinema, you can expect to pay about $20 per ticket. Other than that, hanging out can also cost quite a bit, especially if you are drinking out and partying. That could actually rack up pretty fast. For drinks, you're expecting to you're basically going to be paying at about $15 to $18 a drink. So there you go. These are the general breakdown of the cost of living in Australia. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. If you'd like to know more about moving and living in Australia, subscribe, as I'll be posting more videos soon. Cheers.